welcome from another episode of Embracing Ramadan. The time flies by very quickly. It was just a few weeks ago when I was really freezing out here. Now here I am with this beautiful weather and perfect scenery. And there's only a few days left till Eid. I don't know about you, but at my house right now, there's intense cleaning and cooking happening. And my mom's house, over the roof. There's so much happening all at once. There's candies being bought for kids. There's, cash being prepared for the little kids and stuff. That's going to be an amazing celebration. But remember, for it to be a celebration for all of us, you got to remember our mandatory charity to be submitted to those who are less fortunate before the day of Eid or the morning of Eid. So with that, let's welcome you to another and last few episodes of Embracing Ramadan.
يا جميل يا الله يا قريب يا الله يا مجيب يا الله يا حبيب يا الله يا رؤوف يا الله يا عطوف يا الله يا معروف يا الله يا لطيف يا الله يا عظيم يا الله يا حنان يا الله يا منان يا الله يا ديان يا الله يا سبحان يا الله يا أمان يا الله يا برهان يا الله يا سلطان يا الله يا مستعان يا الله يا محسن يا الله يا متعالي يا الله يا رحمن يا الله يا رحيم يا الله يا كريم يا الله يا مجيد يا الله يا فرد يا الله يا وتر يا الله يا أحد يا الله يا صمد يا الله يا محمود يا الله يا صادق الوعد يا الله يا علي يا الله يا غني يا الله يا شافي يا الله يا كافي يا الله يا معافي يا الله يا باقي يا الله يا هادي يا الله يا قادر يا الله يا ساتر يا الله يا قهار يا الله يا جبار يا الله يا غفار يا الله يا فتاح يا الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون صدق الله العظيم.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Ramadan Story Corner. Now, a crucial factor that leads to the downfall of nations, of organizations, institutions, and even families is that people stop caring and they have a lack of concern for the wrongdoings that are done. The story that I have for you today is about Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent of the Ottoman Empire. Now, in this story, Sultan Suleiman, he tries to think of preventative measures against the downfall of the Ottoman Empire. And so while he's thinking through this, he decides to write a letter to his milk sibling and to the great scholar Yahya Efendi. And in his letter, he says, "O brother and O scholar, you are surely a person of great understanding of godly mysteries. Please give me some advice. What are the circumstances under which a government or a nation would see its own downfall? Is the Ottoman Empire going to collapse? And what is the future of the Ottoman? Will there come a day when we will be destroyed? Please give us your advice and enlighten us." Now, the response that Sultan Suleiman receives to this letter is a very short and puzzling message from Yahya Efendi. He simply says, "Why should I care, O Sultan?" Reading this, Sultan Suleiman is very startled. He's taken aback, he's astonished. And he doesn't understand why Yahya Efendi would write such a message. And so he says, I wonder if, Yahya Efendi had something else to say. Like, did he have a message that I didn't immediately understand? So he decides to visit Yahya Efendi's monastery, and he goes to him directly, and he says, "Oh brother, please, I didn't understand your message. Please take us seriously. This matter is a serious one. Answer the letter that I wrote to you," he says. And Yahya Efendi, he responds by saying, "Oh Sultan, do you think it's possible for me not to take your message seriously? I took it very seriously, and the message that I wrote to you clearly indicates my thoughts." The Sultan responds by saying, "But your message doesn't say anything. The only thing that you've said is that you don't care, that you're asking why you care, why you should care. It's as if you're telling me that you don't want me to mix you in these matters, in these affairs." And with that, Yahya Efendi gives a very wise response. And this is what he says, "O Sultan,
If among a nation cruelty and oppression spreads, if injustice maintains itself, the people who hear of it and who see it say, "Why should I care?" and stay away. If the shepherds instead of the wolves eat the sheep, and the people who know of this remain silent, if the cries of the poor, the needy, the destitute, and the outcast are raised to the skies, but none other than the stones and the rocks hear of their cries, that is when the nation is near to its end. Once this happens, the government treasury will be exhausted, and the trust and the respect of the people will be shaken. Obedience to law and order will diminish, and people's reverence to the leaders will disappear. Downfall and destruction will thus be a predestined reality. Hearing his words, Sultan Suleiman breaks into tears and he shakes his head in agreement to each word that Yahya Effendi spells out. He thanks him and he thanks Allah for sending Yahya Effendi to give him such an advice and such a reminder. And with that, I would like to leave you with a hadith, with a saying from the Holy Prophet who says, "Whoever of you sees an evil, let him change it with his hand. And if he is not able to do so, then let him change it with his tongue. And if he is not able to do so, then with his heart. And that is the weakest of faith." Happy Ramadan, everyone.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا من هو كل شيء خاضع له، يا من هو كل شيء كائن له، يا من هو كل شيء موجود له، يا من هو كل شيء منيب له، يا من هو كل شيء خائف منه، يا من هو كل شيء مسبح له، يا من هو كل شيء قائم به، يا من هو كل شيء خاشع له، يا من هو كل شيء صائر إليه، يا من هو كل شيء هالك إلا وجهه. سبحانك يا لا إله إلا أنت الأمان الأمان، أجرنا من النار. وأسألك بأسمائك يا كافي يا شافي يا وافي يا معافي يا عالي يا داعي يا راضي يا قاضي يا باقي يا هادي. سبحانك يا لا إله إلا أنت الأمان الأمان، أجرنا من النار. يا من لا مفر إلا إليه، يا من لا مفزع إلا إليه، يا من لا ملجأ إلا إليه، يا من لا يتوكل إلا عليه، يا من لا مقصد إلا إليه، يا من لا منجا إلا إليه، يا من لا يرغب إلا إليه، يا من لا يعبد إلا إياه، يا من لا يستعان إلا منه، يا من لا حول ولا قوة إلا به. سبحانك يا لا إله إلا أنت الأمان الأمان، أجرنا من النار. يا خير المرهوبين يا خير المطلوبين يا خير المرغوبين يا خير المسؤولين يا خير المقصودين يا خير المذكورين يا خير المشكورين يا خير المحبوبين يا خير المنزلين يا خير المستأنسين سبحانك يا لا إله إلا أنت الأمان الأمان أجرنا من النار يا من هو خلق فسوى يا من هو قدر فهدى يا من هو يكشف البلوى يا من هو يسمع النجوى يا من هو ينقذ الغرقى يا من هو ينجي الهلكى يا من هو يشفي المرضى يا من هو أمات وأحيا يا من هو أضحك وأبكى يا من هو أضل وأهدى سبحانك يا لا إله إلا أنت الأمان الأمان أجرنا من النار.
Welcome everyone. In Surah Al-Asab, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, among the believers are men who have been true to their covenant with God. Among them are those who have fulfilled their vow, and those who are awaiting its fulfillment. They have never altered in any way. I have a very special guest among us today. Hard to catch him. He's an NBA Muslim star. He's a young man, very successful in his professional life. He's an inspirational role model for millions around the world. And he is a person never seen his family for years in abroad. Enes Kanter is joining us for today. Welcome, Enes. Ramadan Mubarak.
Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate it.
Enes, people from the beginning of Ramadan are keep asking, why don't you invite Enes? Finally, we catch you. It's hard to that. Here you go. Thanks for your time and joining us.
Thanks. It's an honor. I appreciate it.
By the way, congratulations on another milestone in your professional life with recent playoff games. Really well done. We are all happy for your success.
Thank you.
Let's get started to talk about Ramadan first. Observing Ramadan and NBA playoff games at the same time, it could be very hard, right? How did you manage both?
Well, obviously it was very tough and challenging, and because fasting 16 especially important because we're in North 17 hours a day and practicing and at the same time it was obviously very challenging. But I think just because of I wanted to show the whole world that a human body can take it, and I think my mind was very sharp. And I just really didn't. People thought that I was just gonna get lightheaded and just pass out. But I think just because of I was fasting, made me feel so much better on the court. And the one thing, I think the fasting is relaxing your body and soul. So whenever I was out there, I was like, I'm representing the whole Muslim world. So I need to go out there and show my best. So I think that was my definitely motivation.
I have following question. During Ramadan, we know that you never stop by fasting despite the fact that you had very critical games. That was time you need more physical and moral energy more than rest of the times. It seems to be a risk taken in the sport, I think. My question is, what was the biggest motivation behind that, at least you taken this risk?
So I remember day one in the Ramadan, I texted one of the Hall of Famers, Hakeem Olajuwon, because I remember reading something about when he was playing, he fasted 95 NBA Finals, and I remember he won the most valuable player, so that inspired me a lot. And I met him a few years ago, and I actually texted him about it. And what were you drinking? How much food you were eating? And what motivated you? And he gave me a really long text about first he told me how proud he was, how happy he was that I'm fasting and at the same time I'm playing the playoffs. And then he gave me some couple tips, how much water I should drink or what I should eat when I wake up in the morning and stuff. I think, just because of he inspired me, and I wanted to do it too. So I feel like I can be the new Hakeem of young generation. So that's why I decided to fast. And I remember waking up, and I actually took a couple of videos when I woke up, and the response I was getting, it was so positive, and it made me feel so much better. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm doing something. I'm doing the right thing. And I remember the first before the game was a game. I think it was game 5 against Denver Nuggets. I remember breaking my fast right before the game. I told my teammates, you guys go out there and just warm up, and I'm going to break my fast. And I remember breaking my fast with painkiller because I had a shoulder injury. And I remember, I had a 6 peanut butter and jelly sandwich, the bananas, fruits, water, Gatorade. I remember my teammate looked at it and was like, are you really going to eat this all? Right before the game, I was like, hey, I'm hungry, I got to eat. And I remember eating it all, and I started feeling a little weird because I put so much food in my stomach right before the game. But like I said, just because of I feel like game of basketball is mental over physical. So just because of my mind was so sharp, and I just went out there, I felt so good, and we had a pretty good game. And I think that motivated me to be inspired young generation.
That sounds great. Let's talk about charity works. Ramadan is a time for charity and giving back to the community. In terms of volunteer work, what do you do, and what would be your suggestions to the people living in Western and Rest?
Well, especially Ramadan, I try to give back to community as much as I can, especially during this season. Not just America, all over the world, but especially just because I live in America, I try to give back to community as much as I can. Especially like a holy time of Ramadan, I try to give back. Of course, number one is education, and I try to give as much as scholarship I can. And the other thing, just because of the fans, just supporting us throughout the whole year, that's why I want to do something special for them. That's why when my season was over, I didn't take no days off. I tried to do as much as basketball camp I can, and it was I heard some amazing feedbacks because I'm all doing all this free. People are telling me if I'm crazy because I could make so much money out of all these camps, but just because it was time to give back to community, I'm doing all these free camps. I remember in Portland, in only 2 days, around 900 kids showed up just for play basketball and have fun. And they asked me, of course, asking a lot of questions about Ramadan, the holy month, giving back to community. So I think it's definitely important to inspire the kids, especially during this time.
Thanks, Enes. Let's get the tough one. Ramadan also means to get together with your loved ones around the iftar table. Let's imagine tables are being set, members of family sitting around the table and waiting adhan to break their fast all together with joy and happiness. Enes, let me ask this question. I know it's a little bit heart-touching. You are living abroad, away from your family, and missing the opportunity to break bread with them like other millions. How do you feel that?
Oh, of course it's tough because I miss the good old days. I remember breaking my fast with my family many times. I remember, my mom was always cooking right before the iftar, and we were all sitting down with my family breaking iftar. And now I look back, of course I miss the old days, but I believe not just me, but hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people are having this struggle. But I believe that especially during this holy time, I pray for myself and for everybody else around the world that who cannot break their fast with their family. I hope soon they're going to be together. But I think it's of course tough. But now I'm breaking my fast with my teammates. Obviously, it's always right after practice or after we play basketball something. But it's tough.
Thanks for sharing your feelings. I have some questions asked by our audience that I would like to ask to you. The first question is, the way you stand up for the values you believe is very inspirational, specifically for the youth. What would be your suggestions to the youth as a role model, Enes?
I feel like for the youth, I will say set a goal, and do whatever to reach that goal. And I remember I had some good games, I had some bad games. I had some good games in NBA. I have around 30 points, and I had some bad games. I have 0 points. I couldn't score anything. But I think one thing about the dream is whatever happens in life, do not never give up on your dreams, because those are your dreams. And the other thing is, there's a really good saying: if no one believes in you, believe in yourself. So it starts with you. So for the youth, I will say, if no one believes in you, believe in yourself. Do not never give up on your dreams, and always give yourself 100%. Focus on what you need to focus on, and don't hold any problems in. Always try to share with the people around you. I think that's very, very important.
Another question is from one of your little fans, 10 years old girl named Rana, asking that, have you had a dream to play in NBA as such a strong and talented player?
I remember when I was 9 years old, and it's a very crazy story. My mom was always waking me up for the prayer in the morning, and I remember it was one morning. It was like around 4 or 5 in the morning. She woke me up with my brothers and sister, and then we prayed. And then I remember she was telling us, "This is the time that all your du'as will Allah will accept all your du'as." And I remember I opened my hand and asking God, I hope one day I want to play in Lakers. And I remember my mom was telling me, don't ask what I like, ask what's best. And after that, I remember, so I made that dua, and 10 years later, I remember my first game ever in NBA, I played against Lakers. And I remember I was like going crazy, because it was Kobe and a lot of the other stars at Staples Center. So I had so much fun, but of course we ended up losing that game. It was not that cool, but so I will say, always set your goals high, and ask your goals, ask your dreams from who's giving it to you. Of course, from God. So I think that's the best advice I will give to her.
Okay, Enes, we are almost close to the end. As a last word, would you like to say something?
Well, as a last word, first, of course, I want to say Ramadan Mubarak to all the Muslims out there. And thank you for supporting me and watching my games, and at the same time making the dua for me. And for the last thing I will say, just keep standing up for what's right, because I think it's very important to stand up for human rights and democracy. So I will just say, pray for all those people who's suffering all over the world, and let's bring peace.
Thank you, Enes, for taking time from your busy schedule to join us. We are very pleased to have you.
Oh, it's an honor. I appreciate it.
We are joined by Enes Kanter to talk about Ramadan and personal experiences as an NBA Muslim star. Looking forward to have another guest with a different topic while we are getting close to the end of the beautiful Ramadan altogether. Stay tuned. See you tomorrow.
Assalamu alaikum. This is Zehan Rashid back with another episode of Eating Healthy in Ramadan TV International. Today I want to point out some very general principles, because you've been hearing me about the types of foods, the amounts of foods, the times of foods. I just felt in these last couple of episodes, perhaps I could just make a gist of what I've been saying and maybe add 1 or 2 other things also. I want to give you 10 tips today in these few minutes that will give you an idea of what actually is necessary to have a healthy eating pattern on a daily basis. Number 1, drink fluids like they're medicines. Drink water in particular. I mentioned it, I think, recently. Drink distilled water or mineral water. But drink water. Of course, in Ramadan, we can't drink water all day. But otherwise, water is one of the biggest and the most healthiest things that we can get ourselves. And I'm sorry to say, most of us are chronically dehydrated and therefore end up with a lot of bad choices, because dehydration itself actually affects your ability to think clearly. Number 2, I can't emphasize on myself and all of you, we are not chewing our food well. We are simply distracted, or we are talking, or we are doing something else in addition to eating. Eating really should be taken very much like an action that deserves our full attention. Looking at the food, remember the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had a dua before he started eating. He sat down when he ate. He washed his hands before he ate. He ate with his right hand. He ate with his 3 fingers, the thumb, the index and the middle. These things are all not just symbolic. I believe they have very deep spiritual values. Number 3 is eating in small amounts with the fingers actually promotes the idea that we don't have to take big gobbles of food or that we have to eat hurriedly. So that brings us to the third thing, that we should chew our food well. And chewing our food well means that digestion actually starts in the mouth. Actually, it doesn't start in the stomach. So chewing the food well means not only do the juices of the saliva, in particular the juice present in the mouth, mixes with the food well and starts the digestion, but also the sense of fullness is promoted, because chewing has a big part to do with how we feel in terms of fullness or not. Number 4, when we eat slowly and we chew our food well, we actually give ourselves more time to feel full. Remember, and I'm sure this has been mentioned before, that the lag time between stomach and the brain is almost 15 and some individuals say 20 minutes. So the brain doesn't really know that we are full for another 15 minutes. So eating rapidly means that we will too often eat, unfortunately, too much. So eating slowly, chewing our food well, allowing that lag time to really give us a warning of stomach being already full is actually healthy. Number 5 is not to eat too hot foods. Not to eat too hot foods, because too hot foods affect the ability of the enzymes to digest that food and potentially even wreaks havoc with the insides of our cells. Same thing applies to too cold foods, foods that are too cold. So allowing there to be a temperate temperature, a temperature that's not too high and too cold, actually allows for maximum, or rather should say ideal digestion. So with these 5 tips, inshallah, in the next episode we'll complete the other 5 tips. I'm your host Sehan Rashid. Until the next time, Assalamu alaikum. Have a great Ramadan.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسولنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم اللهم اغفر أمة محمد اللهم اغفر أمة محمد اللهم اغفر أمة محمد اللهم ارحم أمة محمد اللهم عظم أمة محمد اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمون في كل أنحاء العالم واشرح صدورنا وصدور عبادك اللهم انصر أمة محمد اللهم انصرنا على أعدائنا اللهم انصرنا على أعدائك اللهم انصرنا على أعداء الدين اللهم مالك الملك تؤتي الملك من تشاء وتنزع الملك ممن تشاء وتعز من تشاء وتذل من تشاء بيدك الخير إنك على كل شيء قدير اللهم وفقنا إلى ما تحب وترضى واستخدم لنا في هذا الشأن محمد صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم ربنا عليك توكلنا وإليك أنبنا وإليك المصير اللهم اغفر أمة محمد اللهم اغفر أمة محمد اللهم اغفر أمة محمد لا سيما إخواننا وأخواتنا في كل أنحاء العالم وفي كل بلاد المسلمين وفي كل نواحي الحياة ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء. ربنا واجعلنا مسلمين لك ومن ذريتنا أمة مسلمة لك، وأرنا مناسكنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا يا ربنا. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. آمين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
محمد رسول الله صلى الله تعالى عليه وسلم. اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت سيدنا محمدا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وابعثه مقاما محمودا الذي وعدته إنك لا تخلف الميعاد.
Thank you for watching another episode of Embracing Ramadan. See you tomorrow at our final episode. Take care and have a blessed iftar.